Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Saving Sunderland. Now of course in today's episode we've got the two legs of our semi-final against Bayern Munich in the Champions League. But we've got some fixtures to review and I can reveal we are the Premier League winners. So only two games that we've played since the quarter-final. We beat Bournemouth away from home 2-1. Fortunately for us they got a man sent off in the 33rd minute, which meant they played a large part of the game down to 10 men, but even so they took the lead through Ramadan Sobhi in the 46th minute, but Ruben Diaz and Reiss Nelson getting the goals for us to give us the victory. And it was in the very next game against West Ham where a win meant we won the title, and we duly delivered. Jadon Sancho with a double and Matteo Guendouzi with the goal sealing our title victory. So this is the Premier League table as things stand. 2 games to go. We are 8 points clear from Manchester United in second position, which gives us the Premier League title. Lincoln, it looks head to head with Almeida from Spurs in terms of top goal scorer, so I'll have to start giving him games there. But as you can see, excellent season domestically, not so much in the cups, but at least in terms of the league. Can we continue this on in the Champions League? Of course, we've got Bayern Munich today, and as we all know, we do have a past with them. We have played them numerous times in European competitions over the years, and we have performed quite well against them. So hopefully today we can turn up and do the business. So as you can see, this is the first 11. Pickford in goal, Rios, Luis and Pfeiffer at centre-back with Althans right wing-back, Malagra as left wing-back, Esparza and Phil Foden in the centre with Jadon Sancho on the right, Luis Enrique Herranz on the left, and Lincoln up top. And on the bench today we'll have Rickson, Diaz, Guendouzi, Tierney, Zahir, Nelson and Sugo. So they start with a 4-5-1 formation. I think that's a departure from what they've been doing in previous seasons. So we'll see how we go today. Obviously the first leg is at home, so we need a good performance from us today to set us up nicely for the second leg. So we'll kick off against Bayern Munich. Champions League semi-final, the third time we have been in it. Hopefully this season can be the season where we'll finally make it to the Champions League final as we'll pick up an early highlight. Herranz with the ball into the box, Jadon Sancho's back post. We are 1 minute in and we are 1-0 up. As you can see here, Malagres plays the ball down the left-hand side to Luis Enrique Herranz, who gets the ball in. Lincoln flicks it on, and Jadon Sancho's back post to put it in. Perfect start. Phil Foden has picked up a knock quite early on. I'm going to have to get him off straight away. We'll get Mohamed Zahir on. He is the replacement, so hopefully he can fill his boots. In the other semi-final, Paris Saint-Germain are 2-0 up, only 17 minutes in. We all know the fate that befell us last season against PSG in the semi-final. So it's looking likely, if we do make it through past Bayern Munich, it might be a PSG final. Highlight now, Malagres on the left. Esparza's got it in the centre now. He's in the box. He takes the strike, but it's not close enough. So that's going to be that. Half time, we have dominated the match without creating too many opportunities. There's been too many highlights this first half. Hopefully the boys can do the business in the second half. This time we're shooting from right to left. Just looking at their players, they are very tired. They obviously have not been rotating or resting in between matches, so hopefully as this game goes on we can start to take advantage of that. 70 minutes in now, there's been no highlights of the first in the second half. I'm going to make some changes. 15 minutes to go. We'll get Kieran Tierney on for Malagres, and we'll also get Reiss Nelson on for Jadon Sancho. This game's going to fizzle out and it's only going to be 1-0. It's not the kind of game I had in mind, but there is finally the first highlight of the second half in the 83rd minute. Can we make something from it? Herranz now has got the ball on the left hand side. He plays it through to Lincoln up top. He's got a lot of work to do. There's not too many men in the box. We need to be getting the support there quicker. 88 minutes. The time is just ticking away. We haven't really created much this second half, and it looks like this is going to be the final highlight, and the final result is going to be 1-0 to Sunderland. Not too happy with that really. It puts a lot of pressure on the second leg. We really need a great performance to get past Bayern Munich now. They will of course be a lot better at home than they were today, so I don't know. But in the other game, Paris Saint-Germain did finish victors 3-2, though Manchester City getting 2 away goals, which will make it a very interesting tie in their second leg also. But at least we didn't concede. There isn't an away goal going against us, so hopefully our boys can do the business in Germany. And after that Bayern Munich game, Phil Foden has picked up a 5-week injury, which rules him out for the rest of the season. He will not be taking part in any Champions League games now, and this is probably our second best player alongside Vignato, who is now the both out. So we're here. It is a second leg day against Bayern Munich. There was one game in between against Middlesbrough in the Premier League, obviously a heavily rotated side, and we drew this game 0-0. It was a match of few and far between chances. We didn't really create too much, and the chances that did come our way, we absolutely fluffed them. So this is the lineup that we're going to go with against Bayern Munich. Pickford in goal, Rios, Pfeiffer and Luis at centre-back with Althans and Milagres as our wing-backs. Guendouzi and Esparza in central midfield because of the Phil Foden injury. Jadon Sancho and Luis Enrique Arans on the wings, with Lincoln up top. We've got Sugo, Rickson, Diaz, Tierney and Ndombele, Zahir and Nelson on the bench. Come on boys, we just need to get through this game and get to a final. So we'll kick off against Bayern Munich in the second leg, shooting from right to left. We need a big performance from the boys, knowing a draw or any sort of victory of course would take us through. But we've got an early highlight here. Luis Enrique Arans on the left hand side gets the ball into Jadon Sancho. We need to be taking the opportunities when they come. Highlight again, Sulla with the ball. Amaya on the left hand side for Bayern Munich. Ammerhausen now in the centre. Chiesa has got space on the right hand side, and Schulze should have put Bayern Munich 1-0 up. That was edgy. Highlight now, Luis Enrique Arans has got some space on the left hand side. He's beat his man. Lincoln's in the box. He turns. Why? Sancho, why? It was a really tight angle, and Lincoln obviously took his goal. Goal for Jose Luis. I was completely ignoring the highlight because naturally it was a corner on Football Manager. You ignore them. But this time Michael Althans puts the ball in the box and Jose Luis gets in, and Schulze absolutely embarrassing. We've gotten away a goal and we're 2-0 up on aggregate. Ammerhausen with a free kick right on the edge, goes over the bar. Chiesa with a corner for Bayern Munich. Jose Luis can clear, and we've got a 2-on-2 break. Sancho now down this left hand side. He's got Lincoln right at the back post. He's found him on the edge of the box. Lincoln's through. He hits the post. Hopefully we don't come back to rue that opportunity. Manchester City are absolutely smashing PSG, by the way. We'll talk about that later. Esparza with the ball in the box. Luis Enrique Arans to Guendouzi. It's cut out by Cucurella, and now they can break with Schulze. Ammerhausen now plays in Maya on this left hand side. He cuts in, takes the strike, but it goes well wide. But yeah, you've probably seen it. You might have missed it. 5-0 now for Manchester City in that PSG tie. They will be going through to the final, and can we join them? Right, it's half time. We're still 1-0 up, 2-0 on aggregate. I'm just going to send the boys back out. No team talk, too much needed. Nothing changes in terms of tactics or personnel just yet. We'll hang on for a little while longer, keep our boys out there, and then we'll freshen things up. And about 65-70 minutes in, there's another highlight now. Big kick up by the Bayern Munich goalkeeper, but he can cut it out, and it's Lincoln now who's in the box. Takes the strike. It's not really troubling them there. Esparza now. Althans on the right hand side. Luis Enrique runs to Jadon Sancho in the box. Well, that was an awful shot. Going to make some changes. Milagres off for Tierney. Guendouzi off for Ndombele. And Esparza off for Mohamed Zahir. 10 minutes to go. Bayern Munich are doing absolutely nothing. You would have thought they would have chucked everything at us, but they haven't so far. But have I spoken too soon? 4 minutes to go on the clock. Bordoni's got it now. Fasola in the central of midfield. Finds Chiesa on the right hand side, and we cut it out brilliantly. Excellent, boys. Zahir now sprays the ball out lovely to Jadon Sancho on this right hand side. He gets the ball into Lincoln, and he beats the keeper, making it 2-0 on the night. 3-0 on aggregate, and we are going to the Champions League final. As you can see here, Hummels heads it down to Zahir. Excellent ball for Sancho on this right hand side, and Lincoln's just making an excellent run front post. He finds him. The keeper again should be doing better, but fortunately for us, he hasn't, and we are 2-0 up, and we are going to the final. And that's it. Full time, 2-0 Sunderland. We beat Bayern Munich in the Champions League semis to make it to our first final since we took charge. And there's the confirmation. We are through to the final, and it will be an all-English final, and we will be facing Manchester City, who have caused us some major problems this season. We drew with them 1-1 at home in the league. They absolutely smashed us away in the 5th round of the FA Cup. But away from home, we did beat them 3-0, but that was a lot earlier in the season. I think they are a much better side now. So, of course, the next episode will be the Champions League final against Manchester City. Finally, we've made it. We've made it the Champions League final, and we won't be facing PSG to exercise those demons from last season. It will be Manchester City in an all-English Champions League final. If you have enjoyed today's video, consider leaving a like, and if you enjoy my content, why not get yourself subscribed? But until next time, take it easy.